The observation deck of the Zenith Research Station hummed with concerned whispers. Through the reinforced glass, a dozen xenobiologists watched the two Vraken cubs huddled together in the corner of their habitat, their silvery fur bristling with distress. For 3 days now, they had refused every meal prepared according to their species' documented dietary requirements. "They're going to die," rumbled Commander Thex, his mandibles clicking with frustration. The Krellian officer had overseen countless xenobiological facilities across the galaxy, but he'd never encountered such stubborn specimens. "We've offered them every protein variant their homeworld produces. Fresh Keldar meat, synthesized Threx flesh, even live skitter prey. They won't touch any of it." Dr. Venn, a tall Etherian with luminescent skin, adjusted her scanner. "Their vital signs are deteriorating. Another day without nutrition and we'll lose them both. The smaller one, Luna, I believe the human designated her, is especially weak." "The human," Thex repeated, his tone dripping with disdain. "Maya. Of course she gave them names. Humans and their obsessive need to personalize everything." "Perhaps that's exactly what these cubs need," suggested Dr. Orin, a four-armed Palaxian whose species prided themselves on emotional intelligence. "Maya has spent more time with them than anyone. She discovered them orphaned on Vrak Prime during the rescue mission." Thex's exoskeleton plates shifted in what passed for a Krellian scoff. "Sentiment won't nourish them. They need proper predator sustenance, not human coddling." As if summoned by their discussion, the door to the observation deck hissed open. Maya stepped through, her brown hair pulled back in a messy bun, dark circles under her eyes betraying sleepless nights. She wore the standard-issue uniform of the Galactic Wildlife Conservation Corps, but her hands carried something decidedly non-standard. A small container filled with what appeared to be freshly prepared food. "Commander, I request permission to enter the habitat," Maya said, her voice steady despite the fatigue evident in her posture. Thex's eye stalks swiveled toward her. "Absolutely not. Those cubs are Vraken, apex predators from a death world. Their instincts—" "With respect, Commander, you don't understand Vraken psychology," Maya interrupted, a boldness that made several aliens in the room shift uncomfortably. Humans had only joined the galactic community 50 years ago, and their tendency to challenge established protocol still unsettled many species. "And you do?" Thex's tone was glacial. "I've been studying them, not just their biology, their behavior, their social patterns." Maya stepped closer to the glass, her eyes finding Luna and her sibling in their corner. "Vraken cubs don't eat like adult predators. They're not solitary hunters at this stage." Dr. Venn's luminescence flickered with interest. "What are you suggesting?"
"In the wild, Vraken cubs rely on their pack.
They eat together, learn together, survive together. But more importantly," Maya held up her hands, palms open, "they only accept food from those they trust. Those who prove themselves as part of their pack." "Ridiculous," Thex snapped. "We've provided them with optimal nutrition. They should be eating." "They're scared," Maya said softly. "They're orphans in a strange place surrounded by alien scents and sounds. Every species you've had approach them triggers their threat response. Different pheromones, different body language. To them you're all predators, and you're not?" challenged Thex. Maya smiled sadly. "Humans are predators too, Commander. But we're also caregivers. It's complicated. It's one of those contradictions that makes us human." She turned to face the commander fully. "Please, let me try. What do you have to lose?" The silence stretched. Finally, Dr. Orin spoke. "She has a point, Commander. The cubs are dying anyway." Thex's mandibles clacked in irritation, but he gestured toward the habitat door. 10 minutes. If they show any signs of aggression, they won't," Maya said, already moving. The habitat's interior was climate-controlled to match Vrak Prime's cool, humid environment. Maya entered slowly, deliberately, making herself small and non-threatening. She sat down cross-legged on the floor several meters from the cubs and opened her container. The scent wafted through the habitat, not synthesized predator meat, but something else. Something the observation team couldn't identify. Luna's nose twitched. Her sibling, whom Maya had named Ash, raised his head slightly. Maya began to eat from her own palms, scooping small portions. It was a mixture of nutrient-rich paste she'd formulated herself, combining proteins the cubs needed with scents and textures that mimicked what their mother would have pre-chewed for them. "I know you're hungry," Maya said softly, not looking directly at them, a non-threatening posture. "I know everything is scary and wrong. But I'm here. I've been here. I won't hurt you. She placed a small portion on her open palm and extended it slowly toward the floor between them. Minutes passed. The observation deck held its collective breath. Then Luna moved. Cautiously trembling, the small cub crept forward. Her silver eyes never left Maya's face, searching for any sign of threat. She sniffed the air once, twice, and then she was beside Maya's hand. Her tongue darted out, tasting the food. Then she ate. Ash followed moments later, and soon both cubs were pressed against Maya, eating from her hands, their small bodies vibrating with purrs that resembled relief more than contentment. Through the glass, Dr. Ven's voice was awed. How did she know? Dr. Oren's forearms spread in a gesture of wonder. Humans. They have this ability, this strange capacity to empathize across species barriers. It defies logical explanation. Commander Thex said nothing, but his posture had shifted from rigid disapproval to something resembling contemplation. In the habitat, Maya continued feeding the cubs, her palms open, her presence steady. She whispered to them in soothing tones, and they responded not with the wild aggression of predators, but with the desperate trust of children who'd found someone who understood. The galaxy had many apex predators, many intelligent species, many civilizations that had conquered the stars, but only humanity had turned their predator instincts into something else, something that could reach across the vast emptiness between species and say, I see you. I understand. You're not alone. And sometimes in the cold vastness of space that made all the difference. Luna and Ash would survive, and the galaxy would learn once again that humans were the most dangerous predators of all, not because of their capacity for violence, but because of their inexplicable refusal to let the vulnerable perish when there was something they could do about it, even if it meant sitting on a cold floor, offering their palms and waiting as long as it took for trust to take root.